Alright, so welcome to the other side of the shop. We have taken a quick break from the engines over there. I kind of jacked up one of the cam bearings. A little annoyed with that, so I gotta wait for another one to show up. So let's just tackle something else. In the house, I've got a shelf that I'm trying to monkey around with. And as you can tell, it's a little bit on the narrow side. So we're going to do what we can to fatten that thing up and make it look a little more like a desk style shelf. So that'll suit us a little bit better. It's kind of cold on this side. You can see, got the prototype in the back. We'll just start off by cutting a few strips to help give a little beef to this thing and go from there. 1 3/4 inches maybe, touch under that. So we'll just cut a couple strips and go from there. Alright, we want a little something like that, maybe a little something like that. We'll get this guy sectioned in up here. That'll be pretty good. So we'll have to glue that guy down. Keep that guy up for there. And we'll glue this one down. Then we'll have to shave where it doesn't quite fit. All right, back with the glue. Have to keep the glue in the house so it doesn't get cold and frozen, because that destroys these glues. This would be better with a brush of some sort, but sometimes you just got to make do with what you got. It's pretty much like that. I guess we get our stainless steel wood clamps here. little something over there. Let's get all right. We'll leave this other reinforcement board I got on this side. Leave that for tomorrow, because we got a little something else planned. Because we'll probably end up shaving a little bit off that end. Although we could probably just try it out. I'm gonna come in a little bit. Need to come in about length of a sectional board here. So our countertop will kind of sit here. That'll be good. We can shave off there. That'll be good. And we can come through, mount up these guys on the outside there. That'll be good. But we have to offset it a little bit to one side so we can fit a miter in there. And then whatever we don't have for the miter, we'll just cut off on the back side. And we'll be good there. Now this guy, we'll probably mount up a little backsplashy type of look. So yeah, that's not too bad. All right, so we got our board. We've got our edge boards and our other edge board and some clamps and a nail gun to help us clamp everything together. So, guess we're just gonna start ripping here. Let's grab our glue. All right, so for those of you guys who don't know how or have never tackled a car project, there are a lot of things you run into during the course of doing one. So it's basically those who know, and those who don't wish they knew. but I see a lot of times on the world of YouTube and videos and such, there's a lot of people who aren't really realistic about time frames and what goes into doing car projects. So, as you can probably see with some of the projects I've been doing, I have dead time where I disappear for a little while, maybe a week or two, month on extreme ends. But essentially there's rhyme and reason to that. And a lot of that is basically just dealing with time constraints. Money also plays a part, but you can overcome that with certain operations. So, anyways, my biggest concern is time constraints. It pretty much takes forever and a day to get parts sometimes. And kind of like right now, biggest issue is I screwed up a part. So now I have to wait for shipping to show up to replace that part. Now if you're a bigger channel with a lot of money flowing through, you could probably just overnight the parts, make your video happen. But when you're in the world of doing these projects on a budget, that's not an option. So, that's where we're in the spot where we're at right now, doing some house update projects to kind of fill in the time. Now in the past I used to record quite a few of these, but sometimes it just got a hassle to record stuff when you just wanted to get it done, and kind of stopped doing the whole house thing because that kind of didn't quite fit into the concept of what we do around here. I mean, it's not long ways away, but I prefer smaller running projects. I mean, if I were to modify and build out a garage type of thing, I'd do that on camera as well, but try to focus on the vehicle aspect of the internet. Alright, well anyways, let's throw this guy right up on top here, smear it up into the glue. Get my trusty nail clamp and clamp away. Seems we developed a leak somewhere. That's awfully nice of it. There we go. That's working. Now on this side, I wanted to get a piece of tape into the operation. Try to clean up or speed up the cleanup. Well, I mean, like time constraints and weather stuff. Kind of can't forget that whole weather crap. That throws a big damper on stuff. Kind of living out here, middle of nowhere, where we get to experience all the weather phenomena you want. You want a tornado, we can get those. Blizzards, -30, 110, all stuff that happens in this neck of the woods. So, it's like if I had infinite time and infinite money, making these videos would be super easy, because you could just get your parts to show up, order absolutely everything that you need ahead of time. You could even order parts that you don't actually need because you didn't know that what you were doing. You know how the whole works. But I have to do immense amount of preparation before I can make a video into what it is or tackle a project. Like, let's take the prototype for example. That was something that took probably easily a month of 3D modeling just to try to come up with that concept. It's like I had the idea of making a rear engine racer out of a Honda. So I had already purchased the Honda. I might have, don't remember if I actually made a video about getting that Honda, but I did buy the Honda, get all the parts and everything, tore it apart, and started laying the foundation. And we're probably talking easily 6 months that I've been working on that concept before I started actually building it. And then of course, we bought that L700 about a year ago, and we're just now getting to doing the engine on that. So, had to do a lot of research into Hemis and their issues, and whether I even wanted to do a Dodge, but kind of came up with Dodge should really stay with the Dodge, and the Hemi had the same engine bolt pattern as other Dodge small blocks, so that helps out a lot with getting pieces to go together. That, and there are quite a few people that have shoved those Gen 3 Hemis into all sorts of vehicles. So, oh, looks good to me. And there's a countertop. That's not too bad. All right. Well, this weekend project has leaked into the weekday, but we'll pretty much set here. We got our tabletop, we glued up. I put some caulking around the edges because I have this fine little line here that I'm going to dump some clear down. Wasn't 100% sure that was perfectly sealed, so I didn't want that leaking out. And I did make the trim corner there to fit around the cabinet. So it's now time for the poly treatment. Standard floor poly. I got a little something floating around in here. Because, you know, it kind of is what it is. All right, well, that's not too bad. Got that all dried and cured and kind of set up on its spot. So we got a nice little work spot. That works pretty nice. All right, so that's that countertop. Everything's looking great. We're kind of rolling there. Basically, I wanted to do that because not putting out a video in a week really makes the algorithm really PO'd. So if I want a chance of growing this channel any bigger than the handful of people that watch it, gotta keep the algorithm happier. But that was a good kind of in-between thing. Get some stuff done for the house and give us a little time to wait for more parts to show up. And guess what? More parts did show up. So that'll be next time. We will start working on some headwork probably. So anyways, oh, and the cam, because we got the cam bearings in now. So we can roll with that too. So we got a lot of videos to make here. So we're gonna start rolling them out here pretty quick. Anyways, thanks for stopping by and watching. Hopefully we'll see you again later.